I'm Carly Cowburn. I work at Circle Health Group, but I've also got background as a nurse prescriber. And this is kind of to all the speakers from anything around kind of public education, you know, going back to like the adverts, the antibiotic adverts that used to be on, because my previous role has been in general practice, and I find that it's patients who are desperate for antibiotics, and that education is still required from my point of view.
Who'd like to take that?
Shall I take that question? Thank you for your question. I agree. I think public health messaging, it's difficult to demonstrate the impact that it has, but everyone working in the field is convinced that it does have an impact, and that if you don't continue with public health messaging, you find that the statistics that Esther shared, that 1/3 of people don't realise that an antibiotic doesn't kill a virus, that sort of misinformation continues. So there's a campaign called Keep Antibiotics Working, which is run by the UK Health Security Agency, and my understanding is that they would like to continue with that campaign, and they have commissioned research to evaluate the impact of that campaign. And the other thing to say is that the community pharmacy work that we've included in policy and commissioning for community pharmacy, it does involve a patient education element, so it's counselling and talking patients through their antibiotic prescription and their symptoms, and what to expect in terms of duration of illness, and what to expect in terms of benefit or no benefit from antibiotics. So hopefully community pharmacy will be playing a role there, but I do feel that every health professional should take opportunities to educate patients and the public about antimicrobial resistance and infection prevention and antibiotic use. Thanks.
Thank you. Any more questions?
My name is Lauren. I'm an advanced practitioner in public health for Derbyshire County Council. So it's just a question for Professor Raver, I think it was at the start. You just mentioned that there's some data being collected around inequalities in AMR. So it's just, and I think Esther touched a bit on it as well, but it's just about kind of what that data is showing and who's doing anything about it.
I wonder whether Kieran may be better to answer that, but if I'm not going to put you on the spot. But
sure. Yeah. We have now through I mentioned the AMR dashboard, which is available in Foundry, and for the first time we're able to look at a number of outcomes, including exposure to antibiotics, but incidence of healthcare associated infection, admission to hospital with infection, length of stay, mortality. We can look at all of those data broken down by age groups, by sex, by ethnicity, and by socioeconomic deprivation. So we're just at the beginning of understanding where there seems to be variation, and how much of that variation can be explained and is warranted, and how much of it is unwarranted and needs to be addressed. And so work has already begun in some communities around the UK to reach out to certain groups of individuals to communicate messages about antimicrobial resistance, about infection prevention control. UKHSA through and Royal College of GPs through the Target website translates information into multiple different languages, but we're just at the beginning of this exploring and understanding health inequalities and starting to take action to address them.